Hello, welcome to day 2 of the Growth Accelerator. I'm so happy you made it to day 2. Some people start but don't finish. Some people start and stop halfway. But I'm glad you're here. Now, I'm excited because I know that you following through, you being here already is a step that you're willing to actually continue your progress to make more advancement and change your life. Now, yesterday we talked about your actual goal, the plan overview, all of the things that you need to do. I believe you've done the assignment. If you haven't done the assignment, I need you to pause this video right now and go back to do your assignment. Now, because I know that I don't want you to suffer the same thing I suffered. It cost me roughly 3 months when I made the same mistake. Now, doing that, because when you skip a step, you might think it might not be that important at the moment. But it will get to a certain point where, okay, that is needed. But because you have skipped that step, it can cost you. So if you haven't done the assignments, if you haven't sketched out the plan as we discussed, please, I need you to pause this video, go back, do it, and then come back and continue. Now, it helps you because it's with that plan you can paint a clearer picture with what we're doing today. So please go back and watch it. Now, another thing is, I also need you to review your plan. If it's small, if it's comfortable, if it's something that you know that you can comfortably achieve, then it's a problem. I need you to go back and fix it. Now, I like to work with the 10x principle. I had a different goal for the year, but I 10x'd my goal, and that's why I'm working. It has cost me to do different things I never thought of doing. It has cost me to push myself beyond the regular things I would accept I would do. Now, I need you to work with that as well, because it's breaking through your comfort that you actually achieve greater results. You cannot achieve greater results being comfortable. Now, because for you thinking about it, it's not just changing your life. You're changing the lives of your family, the lives of your spouse, your friends, and your customers. The goal of this thing is to ensure that, okay, the people you've been called to serve, your best form. You cannot be your best form. You cannot create your best form while you're comfortable. This is about you going back to ensure that, okay, you're aligned to create your best form to better serve the people you've been called to serve. Now, entrepreneurship is about service, is something extra, but it's something that I need you to be prepared for. So now, breaking down and going down to the 2, which is today, which is your blueprint and your programming. Now, it's programming your mindset to believe that all of what you want to achieve right now is very achievable. Putting your mindset in the right form, putting your actions to align with your beliefs and your goals. Now, I will start with the programming, which is the important part. It's you telling yourself that this goal you have is very achievable. This goal you have set out to do is achievable, and you can actually do it. Now, the reason for this is, by the time you believe it, you know that this is achievable, you would start aligning your action. Now, there's something deep I want to touch on today, but just give a surface. There are three parts of the brain, or types of the brain, which is the conscious mind, the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is responsible for the things that you say, your actions, your deliberate actions that are based on logic. Your subconscious mind is responsible for your beliefs, your actions that you take without thinking, those your reflex, the things you do. Now, my hands moving now is part of my subconscious mind because it's responding to what I believe should represent what I'm saying. That's the subconscious mind thinking. Now, the third part is another dimension altogether. It's the superconscious mind. Not a lot of people have. Very few percentage of people on the earth have fully unlocked the superconscious mind. Well, that's another teaching. I'm writing a full book on that. But I just needed to touch that and then dive into this aspect. Now, the aspect I want to focus on now is the conscious mind and the subconscious mind working together. That's the programming. Now, how the process works is you deliberately taking action, which is your conscious mind taking actions to teach your subconscious mind what to believe, what to accept, what to see as true. Now, it's over time you've probably looked at a lot of things and said, okay, I can't achieve this, I can't do this now, or this is the reason. We've made excuses, and taking those actions have programmed your subconscious mind on what to believe. That's why when you see a good opportunity, you don't take it, because that's what your mind already believes. So the purpose of what we're doing now is to make a shift to break through probability and it could be done, and shift to possibility, knowing it can be done and I will do it. So that's the step I need you to take now. That's where I need you to be now. You believe I can do it and I will do it. I can and I will. Now, programming your mind to believe all the different things and say, okay, these are the actions. When we sketch out the blueprint, which we're going to get into briefly, is or in the moment, it's something that after you've written out your blueprint, you program your mind again to believe and take those actions. Now you step and actually take you step up and take those actions gradually, and over time they become very normal. They become a habit. That's how you build habits, and the good habit is what makes you successful. Now, diving deep into the actual blueprint. So I will give you my personal formula and on how to break down this thing. You can create your own based on how you flow, but I'm just telling you what has worked for me and what is working for me and what I still use. So today's focus is mainly on breaking down your first year. Yesterday we talked about your entire 10-year goal, breaking down your 10-year goal, your 5-year goal, your 3-year goal, your 1-year goal. Today is your 1-year goal. That's what we're focusing on. And so we're going to break down the one goal. So how I personally work, I like to break down things in 4 phases. Yesterday we broke down the things in 4 phases. I'm breaking down 4 phases. So how I like to break phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. Now, how my structure, I broke down my 1 year, that's 12 months, into 4 phases. So my phase 4 is 6 months. My phase 3 is 3 months. My phase 2 is 2 months. And my phase 1 is 1 month. Now, the reason I did this way is, now, choosing what to focus on. Focusing on my first 1 month gives me, which is my 30 days, ensuring my actions align in my first 30 days. That's where you can build habit. When you do certain things consistently for 30 days, it becomes a habit. And when you're able to then phase 2, which is in 2 months, phase 2, all you need to do is amplify that. I like to amplify the effort and say, okay, how do I get a better result? Now, diving deep now. First of all, we have a structure with BELT. We have under the foundation pillars, we have a 30-day challenge. We take you through exact things to do for your business that will get you results for your business. What I'm breaking down for you now helps you as a person develop a habit, develop your actions, and improve and be better. But that teaches you what to do for yourself and your business, breaking down the different steps to take, how to understand your targets, how to understand your customers, how to understand where they are, because you know your customers, how to serve them where they are, and create the best experience to them, and then go get them. That's the actual challenge for that. But that's another challenge I want you to start after this, but we focus on you getting a good experience here first. Now, for your first 30 days, you now look at, okay, what goals can you set? So let's say your goal now, you set your 100% goal for 12 months. How do you achieve 1% of that goal in your first 1 month? Now that's the first thing I need. 1%. Don't push yourself. That first month, you're looking at setting up a good foundation. How do you get 1% of that goal? How do you get 1% of that goal in your first how do you get 1% of that goal in your first 30 days? That's the focus now. So you looking at it and okay, you know this is possible. So you create different steps and say, okay, how do I achieve this goal I've written down? How do I achieve it in 1 month? 1% in 1 month is you. Now the reason for this is you first breaking as much as you want to say, okay, how do I break it down? Now you first achieving and telling yourself this is possible, because once you can hit 1% in the first 30 days, subconsciously it breaks open the power of possibility, knowing that okay, you can actually achieve the rest. Now when you break down this one and say, okay, for my 12-month goal, okay, let me do 1% in my first 30 days. Now you do that. Good. It was a little comfortable, but you set up a good ground on which you can build on. Now the next thing to do is go to phase 2. Phase 2 now, I want you to, how do I 10x this goal? How do I get 10 times? Now you have double the time, but that was comfortable. It's time for you to step out of your comfort zone. Now phase 2, how do I get 10 times the result? You're going to, and 10 times the result. Now, is a book, 10x rule is a concept I learned from Grant Cardone, one of my mentors. And another thing to do is knowing that, okay, 10 times the goal, it requires 10 times the action. So how do I put in 10 times the effort to ensure I get 10 times the result? So 10x goal, 10x action, 10x result. That's basically what it is. So now the next thing you look at, okay, how do I 10x this result? Whatever your goal was, okay, you achieved it, was comfortable. You start putting the effort 10 times to actually get 10 times the result. Now you see that, okay, at this point you've already achieved 10% of that. By your 3rd month, you already achieved 10% of your actual goal. Now that's in phase that's for phase 2. Now the next thing I need you to now do is, okay, you achieve 10 times the result in in your phase 2 in your phase 2 in 60 days. Now you go to phase 3. Phase 3 is 3 months. For your 90 days, I know that, okay, your next goal is, okay, how do I like to break the formula down properly. So how do I now do, okay, 4 times what I just did in 3 months? It's just 30 days extra, but how do you do 4 times more? Now, you're doing 4 times more and in 3 months, and you're trying to achieve, okay, this goal you have set. What are the things you need to do differently? What kind of steps do you take? What do you put together? What actions do you take? What do you do differently? You do, okay, 4 times the result. Now, by the time you work out that math and you've put all these things together, you already know. This is you already drawing your blueprint. You already have what you do for your first 30 days. You already have what you do for your next 60 days. Now, you're drawing out what you do for the next 90 days. Now, by the time you're done, you realize that, okay, by the time you've achieved this, you're already 180 days into your program. You've already covered 6 months. You've already seen that, okay, within the 6 months, you've already gotten 50% of your goal. 50% of your goal. And that's you following the steps you're drawing for your goals. You've already achieved 50% of your goals at this point. So how do you do more? The next thing I want you to do now is, if you see that you've pushed yourself, you've built a system that works. In your first 30 days, you set up a system. The next 60 days, you amplified your work. The next 3 months, you had 90 days, you did 4 times the result. You put in a quarter of the actual full goal that you want to put. Okay, how do you do that in that period? Once you've developed that system, you already have something that works. That's the beautiful thing. As I said, now this thing you're doing now is your blueprint, which you must follow. That's why I'm just guiding you through what to do for yourself. I cannot come and do this for you. I cannot come and do this in your house. As much as we have the structure where you will follow, it's still what we have sketched out for you. But now, this is what you're doing here is what you're doing for yourself. The best help you get is yourself. You're just getting the guide, which you're getting now. You're drawing out your guide. Okay, you already have that. So by 6 months, you're already halfway gone. Did you see the formula? But if you had just looked at it from a big picture, okay, thinking of how to break it down, you already see that, okay, it's half of this month, half of this month. But by half of the month, you already have half of it gone. So all you need to do now is the next month, how do you double? Now the beautiful thing now is following this formula, at the end, you'll now see that you're even achieving beyond your goal. You're hitting past your goal. So by the time you said, okay, but you see that by the 6th month, you already have 50% of your goal hit. Now your next target is, okay, in the next 6 months, how do I double my goal? By the time you're doubling it, you're now trying to achieve 100% of the result in 6 months. Now I know it wasn't what we started with. You're now realizing that at the end of your goal, you hit 150% of your goal. Now that's the beautiful thing. Now imagine you being able to hit 150% of your goal by year, but you setting your goal for the 2nd year and the 3rd year. Now you realize that you can do it. So this first year is you breaking from the doubt of this goal being possible. By the time you see that you've hit this goal, it breaks free. Now that's the beautiful thing about this process. When I discovered breaking down this thing, it took me a lot of time, failing, trying out. Like I mentioned, I've been doing this for 12 years now. I had issues. I went bankrupt. I lost a lot of money. I went through this thing. I had to discover, okay, how do I get a system that works? How do I get a system that would last, not something that will start and then finish? That'll just finish and then stop. I want a system that lasts. That's basically what I had to do, and this is the system I'm sharing with you now. So you are setting this system up for yourself. Okay, you're breaking free from all of these things. Now, by the time you develop your blueprint, you're able to, the same thing you did for year 1, you're able to take it for year 2, year 3, and you keep applying. Now, at that point, you now realize that, okay, you're able to see, okay, first, you're able to 10x, you're able to 4x, you're able to double. Okay, how do you continue the same formula? How do you do, okay, 5 times, I can do 3 times. Now, you've broken free from the limitations of the possibility. Now, that's the beautiful thing. That's the beautiful process we're going through. So now, at this point, you already have your framework for what your blueprint. Now, you go back to the programming. Now, the programming I want you to now do is, I know we've broken down the 4 phases for the year. I need you to now come back. I need you to come back and now program yourself in the 30 days. That's the beautiful thing. You're programming yourself in the 30 days and say, okay, how do I achieve this? Now, within the 30 days, you have 4 weeks. Now, you still break down, okay, how do you get your first 1 day to work? Now, it's funny, we can think of all the things we can do in 1 year, all the things we can do in 1 month or 6 months, but sometimes we don't look at the importance of 1 day. So 1 day is extremely important you can when you put this thing down, and because I want you to draw out a plan for your daily activities. As much as you draw out you should have drawn out your plan for your 30 days, but come back to day one. What do you do? What are the exact habits you do each day to get you results? Now you're programming your daily actions, and now making your day one work for you now is, I need you to, there are very important things I need you to do for your day one. So I need you to write out 3 things you do every morning when you wake up. 3 things you do every morning, 3 things you do every night before you go to bed. Now, no matter how the rest of the day plays out, but have this fixed things that you do every night, every morning. Every morning when you wake, every night before you go to bed. What are the 3 things you must do? Now, it mustn't be very big or tasking, or it mustn't be time consuming. It can be you just wake up in the morning, ensure that, okay, the first thing you do is you pray. The second thing you do is you meditate. Third thing you do is work out. But ensure that these 3 things follow a consistent pattern. Now, it can be whatever you want to do for yourself. I just mentioned this because that's my structure. But whatever you want to do for yourself, at the end of the day, you know, okay, what are the 3 things I need to do before I prepare for bed? It can be as easy as, oh, when I'm done for the day, I have my bath, I brush my teeth, and then I turn off the light. The turning off the light before you sleep is even another task. But just do it. Now you're programming, and then you lie down on your bed, or you lie down on your bed and then read a little. But you're writing very simple tasks. But you're sure that, see, at the start of your day, these 3 goals are fixed. Right now, at the first, so programming now, going over this thing again, ensuring that, see, at the start of your day, you have 3 things that are fixed you must do before you do any other tasks. At the end of your day, you have 3 things you must do to end your day. Now, what you ensure that you program your mind to believe, say, your day should not start without doing these 3 things. It mustn't be very daunting task, but your day must not start if you haven't achieved this. Your day must not close if you haven't done this. So that's basically how it does. What this does to your mind now, it programs your mind to believe, okay, these actions, even if you don't achieve any other thing all day, but this, achieving this task would give you a sense of fulfillment, and that's what pumps you up for the next day. A lot of the time, depression comes when we fail ourselves. Depression comes when we disappoint ourselves over and over again. It just feels like, oh, your system is not in alignment because your actions are not aligning with your goals and your belief. That's where there's a problem. That's where there's that disconnect. But being able to program yourself to have this simple task. It can be as simple as, oh, you wake up, you say your prayers, you go brush your teeth, and then you stretch a little. 3 simple tasks. When you go to bed, oh, you brush in the night, or you read a book briefly, you stretch a bit, and then you turn off the light, and then you lie down on the bed. But however, it's very simple task you program yourself each day. That's the goal. So you write out this task. Okay, these are things I must do consistently. These things will not change. These things will not stop. That's where you build consistent habit. Then another thing I need you to do is, this is one thing that changed my life, is having a checklist of your daily activities. So when you wake up in the morning, you complete your first 3 tasks, which even writing your tasks can be one of your first 3 tasks. That's the beautiful thing. It mustn't be daunting. It mustn't be a lot. Just be simple. So writing out your task for the day. Write out all the things you need to do for each day. Writing it out and ensuring, okay, these are the things you need to do. Program. Don't make it so big, but ensure that, okay, you're doing things that are actually moving the needle. Things that are actually drawing you closer to your goal. That's basically what you're doing. Now, you strike it as well Then another important thing I need you to look at is marking which is your most important. So you pick out your first 3 goals, you pick out your last 3 goals, actions or tasks, however it is. Then you set out all the things you need to do for the day. Write them out. One of the apps I use Microsoft To Do. It works on my laptop, it works on my phone, and I use it every day. It syncs automatically with internet. So I'm able, whether I'm on my laptop or on my phone, I'm able to track, okay, what's the progress I'm making, what are the steps I'm making, what are the things left. Now, the reason you doing this thing at the start of your day conditions your mind to ensure that, okay, you're working in line. Because sometimes you can actually have tasks you want to complete, but you don't complete them because you forgot some of them and got carried away. But once you have that thing and you're able to, okay, you've completed this task, you go back and look at the task you've completed. So, and then another thing I want to also add that will make your day beautiful is, it can also be part of your 3 tasks per day, is journaling your daily progress. What are the things you did that made your day good? Right? Get a journal. I use one day journal. But what are the things that you did that made your day good? What are the things you did that made your day wonderful? What are the things you did that made you feel good? The things you're grateful for, things that I also point out, the mistakes you made, things that you should have done better, so you know where to improve. The things you're grateful for, and the things that you did not plan that happened. What I mean, you're able to see through. You're able to write these things down. It programs your mind to be a lot more grateful. It programs your mind to focus on the possibilities. It focuses your mind on the solutions, no longer problems. Because sometimes our human mind, we get to focus on the problems we have, and it weighs us down, it wears us out. We feel very down, we feel very depressed. Depression, that's one of the things that causes depression. So you're able to journal and say, okay, these are the things I'm doing every day. These are the things I achieve every day. That's the blueprint. Now, the next thing is, and for you to choose, you can do it first. Choose the theme of each day. Okay, this is the focus of each day. This is the theme I want to, okay, today is about meetings. I'm having meetings. Okay, how much meetings can I have today? Today is about research. How much research am I doing today? Today is about actual work. Today is about networking. Choose a theme for each day. That's another thing I need you to choose a theme. Each day should have a theme. Don't just do things anyhow. That's where your system is in. That's where your system is scattered. But you're able to choose a theme for each day. Each day, what's the theme of the day? Which actions am I taking today? And you align all your actions according to the theme. It doesn't mean you don't do other things outside of your theme, but there's a central focus. It puts your system in a focused flow of success. Now that's basically what today is about. We've come to the end of today's training, and I hope you've gotten a lot you can pen down. I want to emphasize again, please do your assignments. All of these things I'm saying, do them. Don't proceed to day 3 when you haven't completed today. Write these things down, do the assignment, and actually, when you start doing them, you'll see great results. That's what I need you to focus on. So day 3 are going to go deeper into accountability and stats, being able to track your progress, being able to get accountability, people that will follow through and get you results. That's what day 3 is about. So I know that sometimes you can feel worn out, but being able to have people that you can actually talk to and people that will hold you accountable, that's another thing. We'll tell you the importance of it, the different paths to take, how to get the right people. Because if you get people that are not even accountable to themselves, they can't even be accountable to you. They can't help you be accountable as well. So that's another thing. So that's what we're going to touch up today. So I believe that you're getting the best results. I need you to follow through. Another thing I need you to do is also have a fixed time you come for these videos. Don't just watch them anyhow. I know it breaks your flow. It's about programming your mind how you work, programming your mind how you focus, the different actions you take. So that's it. I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. I believe you're going to get a lot more results, and by the time we're done, you're 10 times better. You're 10x better than you used to be. So please comment, share your thoughts, share your feedback. Let me know that okay, you're getting a good experience. You're getting a wonderful experience on this journey, on this accelerator. So looking forward to hearing more from you. I'm looking forward to hearing your stories and sharing as well. So see you tomorrow, and bye. I'm Theo Godson, and see you tomorrow.